I spent 30 years building a life that looked perfect. And between the age of 49 and 52, my life slowly crumbled until I realized, was I just lying to myself this entire time? Hi, I am Dr. Cheryl Russell, and I was a former C-suite executive, and at 52, I had to rebuild my entire life because life told me I had no choice. And now I am here on this channel sharing what I learned, helping you get through this same life phase. If you are over 50 and you're looking for clarity, confidence, and the best next chapter, you are exactly where you need to be. By the end of this video, I promise you will know the one thing that changed everything for me, and it's not what you think. Here is what we're going to cover today. The moment I realized I couldn't keep living on autopilot, the identity shift that comes before the action plan, why small experiments beat bold leaps, how to use your age as your biggest advantage, what actually changes when you stop performing. Now, let's go. So tip number one, the collapse you are feeling isn't a failure, it's data, and use it as such. At 49, my life didn't completely fall apart dramatically. It took a couple of years for it just to slowly unwind. On the outside, everything looked perfect. My family, my career, responsibilities checked off. But on the inside, I was completely exhausted. I was disconnected, and I was grieving versions of myself I really couldn't even explain at that time. There were losses I didn't plan for and identity shifts that I sure didn't choose. A lot of moments when I said, but I did everything right. I played by the rules. I did the work. Why does this feel so wrong? The hardest part for me was feeling completely lost. According to research from the American Psychological Association, midlife transitions activate the same neural pathways as grief because you are grieving. You're mourning the life you thought you'd had, the person you thought you'd be. But here is the truth nobody tells you. That discomfort is actually your brain updating its operating system. You're not broken, you're just evolving. Step number two is identity before action. The biggest mistake we have in midlife is thinking that we need a plan. What we actually need is a new relationship with ourselves. I spent months asking the wrong question. What should I do next? That question paralyzed me. So I switched to what drains me now, what still brings me joy, even if it's just a little bit, and what part of me have I been just ignoring for decades. That's where rebuilding begins, with awareness. I started very small, and with the ego I had, I gave myself permission to say, I don't know, for the first time in years. I started asking questions when I felt confused. I would write down in the mornings, today, what feels true? What feels good? Sometimes it was, I'm tired. Some days it was, I totally miss who I was. And some days it was like, I am ready for something new. There was really no strategy, just honesty. And slowly, and I mean slowly, I started to recognize myself again. Neuroscientist Dr. Lisa Feldman's Barnett's research shows that naming your emotional experience reduces its intensity and increases your ability to act. You don't need a vision board. You don't need a plan right now. You need to look in the mirror. And I just want to stop for a second and say, if this is resonating with you, please hit subscribe and the like button. That indicates to me that somebody out there is getting some information from this that they can use, and it gets me excited to make more videos on the subject. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Tip number three, Small experiences lead to bold leaps. Here's what I wish somebody would have told me when this was happening. You don't need to rebuild your life with one bold gesture. It's gonna take like 100 little experiments. Let me explain. Yes, quitting your job is something you could do. And also you could move across the country or move to Bali. But these bold, dramatic reinvention moments aren't necessarily exactly what you need. For me, it came from trying one small thing that was brand new each week, or saying no to something that totally drained me, and asking myself, does this still fit in my life? Is this what I should be doing? Some experiments failed, and that's okay. But I also discovered that my early morning walks were priceless to me when I had been such a night owl most of my life. I was energized by teaching again. And a big one for me was that I needed more silence than I needed more socialness. Each small experiment gave me one piece to that puzzle that's created this map that I have now. A Stanford study on behavior change found that small, repeated actions create more lasting transformation than large, one-time efforts because they don't trigger your brain's threat response. Your nervous system needs proof that you are safe, and these small steps are how you show it. Tip number 4 is age is your advantage. At 52, I actually started from zero again. I knew I had wisdom. I knew it didn't work. I had pattern recognition. I could spot some BS pretty fast. I know I had emotional depth. I wasn't scared of hard conversations. And the biggest one for me was I had the courage to stop performing just for approval. I heard it put this way before. In your 20s and 30s, you're building. In your 30s and 40s, you're editing. Now, you finally have enough information to choose differently. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that life satisfaction actually increases after 50 because we stop caring what doesn't matter and invest in what does. Midlife isn't the end of possibility. It's that moment in life when you finally have the credibility, the self-knowledge, and the audacity to stop asking for permission. You're not starting over, you're starting from experience. Tip number 5 is stop performing and start evolving. For 30 years, I performed. I performed competence at work. I performed contentment at home. I performed like I had it all figured out. And at 52, when everything crumbled, I was exhausted. Think of it this way, that version of you that got you to where you are now is not the version to get you where you want to be. And that is not failure, that's evolution. I stopped asking what people might think. I stopped asking for permission. I stopped asking, what if I fail, or am I too old for that? And I started asking, what do I actually want? What actually makes me feel joy? What would I do if I trusted myself? I have to admit, some days I felt powerful, and some days I still feel terrified. Both are signs that you're doing it right. Because rebuilding your life doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means being willing to live the questions. Let's be blunt. Some midlife advice isn't good. Sometimes people tell you to hustle harder, like you haven't been hustling for the last 30 years. That's not what you need. You don't need pressure. You need permission. Permission to not have it all figured out, permission to evolve, permission to admit that the life I had and I built maybe isn't doing it now. I can change that, and that's okay. Here is what we covered today. Your collapse isn't failure, it's your brain updating. Identity work comes before action plans. Small experiments create lasting change. Your age is your advantage, not your obstacle. Evolution requires letting go of who you used to be good at being. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are exactly where thousands of women are right now, standing at the edge of something new and wondering if it's possible. And guess what? It is. As I was going through this journey, I didn't have a roadmap. And I created tools that I'm sharing with you that are free. And if you go to the link in the description, you can get them there. Again, if you like the videos you're seeing, please hit the like and subscribe button. And remember, this isn't about fixing yourself. It's about giving yourself the tools to think clearly, to reconnect with who you are now, and to design what comes next on your terms. You belong here. Rebuilding your life doesn't mean blowing it up and starting all over. Sometimes it means standing still and asking, what do I want for the rest of my life? And then taking one small, brave step. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video.